I have an adult oriented topic is look, I would say for people 21 and over, okay, it's dealing with hunching and sex and all this other shit. But mainly labels and how people apply them. So let's get it. Hey. Come on, y'all. What it says. Hey, y'all got y'all man out there. All right. All right. What is up? And happy Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm looking in the chat seeing my first responder, and it happens to be someone who I love to see around. What is up, Philly T? Mamad, how are you? I hope everything is well. I don't know how long it's going to take. It really depends on how many people fall in the chat and the feedback that I see. Because I would like to also poll for people's thoughts and their views and see how they feel. Um, and I would imagine the mentality that I'm going to speak about, like, is here among us. I would imagine that it being no fucking different. So the title of the topic is "There's no homosexual." I'm sorry. There's no homosexuality, um, and opposite sex attractions. It was supposed to read. Let me see what it says. And opposite sex attractions. There you go. I think people need to keep that in mind when talking about people, when judging people, because I believe you guys are besmirching certain people. Who are the people? I don't know. It depends on the situation. But I'm running into conversations. Should I should I cite the ones here? I'm thinking that where people have talked about it, because the ones here have been like more free. Okay, so here's another situation. So this is more connected. So I'm running into women. I would say black women. A lot of black women who get to talking about exes that they had, or people who they are currently with, like husbands and things like that. These husbands may have desires that may differ from the norm, but these some of these women have come to question whether it was homosexual. And okay, in this situation, I was asking all the fucking questions, and I'm like, and I came across a want to be pegged. We're gonna talk about that, you guys. The man wanting to be pegged. I came across that information from the woman, and this is with her current. And she, I'm like, it wouldn't be doxing her. So a woman in the workplace who runs her mouth a lot to a lot of different individuals, and she think that everyone in the workplace don't speak. No, like when you're having these little personal conversations with me and you're sugarcoating shit, which see, women have different conversations with men than they do with women. But when you get with the other women in the workplace, you tell the real truth. But what you don't know is on lunch breaks and then at happy hour, they tell me the real. And I'm like, oh shit. Okay, she left this shit out. She didn't explain this. She didn't tell me. And this is why a lot of my advice to her is, well, did you talk? Well, the questions I have is, well, did you discuss this with him? Did you ask him? And then my advice is, you should talk with him. You should ask him that. And then she acts silly at times, like, ask him what? Would you just ask me? Because I'm giving, like, again, examples of the desire to be paid, and even a desire to have anal sex, meaning fucking his wife in the ass. Um, that's what I later got, and that part didn't even come from her. That comes from the other individuals who she, in the workplace who she thinks she's having these separate conversations with. We'll get back, and I'm like, I was wondering, like, was it something else? Because like, why she keep on raising questions about him, and then telling me, I don't know what she tell the other woman, but she tells me everything is paradise, and everything is but it's a small world. I mean, and she talks too much. Again, she's telling a lot of different people in the workplace her shit. But there's a woman that works in a different department at my job, and she's good friends or besties with a lesbian woman that lives next door to this woman in my workplace that runs her mouth. And the lesbian have reported that they be like having loud arguments, where she wonders like whether she should call the authorities. Let me look over into the chat. See, hey, what's up, living my best life? I haven't seen you, and I would love to see you too. Okay, but it's good to hear you guys. But yeah, so I have the two examples of a man that desires to be paid to get off. This is how men can come. We're gonna talk about this, and also him having a desire to have anal sex, not with a male, but with his wife. The one thing that I'm not getting, and I don't see how people come to overlook this in determining sexuality. That's what I'm talking about. I don't see how people get to because this is the only thing that's really important, and I don't know how people push these other extraneous things that really aren't like prerequisites. Like it does, it's inconsequential. Like in other words, you could still have a heterosexual who man and woman who loves anal sex. You can still have that, you know. But what I ask her when she gets to the things like when she talks about what he's attracted to. And I'm like, well, is there any men involved? And she's like, no, it's always a no. And I'm like, have you ever seen any like signs or flags like him being attracted? I think she only comes to me because she think that I have something special, being that I'm saying gender loving. And you know how people talk about radar and gaydars? You know, some people take that to an extreme and they think that it's something like magical, like it's some gift. That's working in the background like it's ESP. I'm telling y'all, like, like, and I'm like, I don't, yeah, but you know, like, I don't even think like what you think gaydar is like, I don't even think like you have a realistic perception of even what that is, like, but it's not like yeah, like some magical psychic gift or something, and it doesn't even mean that the person with the thoughts and the feelings is accurate. It doesn't mean that at all. Anyway, so everything leading to whether he's attracted to a man or not, I get like a big fat no, like from her. So I'm like, why would she even ask these questions when she know that this man is attracted to nothing but the opposite sex? And how is she pushing all of these acts which aren't even connected to orientation, like before what he's attracted to? Like how do you do that? Like Like clearly, like she's putting the cart before the horse, but like she's adding these things in that aren't. So I'm wondering, like, cause she claims she likes heterosexual men. So like, is that true for her? That's what I wonder. Like, is it? Is that the real question or reality for her? Is it that she likes heterosexual men, or do she like heterosexual men who do not like anal sex? Because you could have that. Just like you could have heterosexual women that like to be done in their ass as well. So you can have that. Okay, I'm gonna speak about the peg thing. I won't run from that neither. The pegging thing is a toy. And it's a toy that helps men who work with their bodies get off. Some men work with their bodies. Men could ejaculate externally from internal pleasure from their prostate. Yeah. So if a man wants to explore his body in that way and get off, and that ejaculation is more intense. The internal one. Yeah, but yeah, like that one is more intense. But if a man is going for it, he know his body can do that. He know nature put it there, and he wants that type of ejaculation, and he wants it with the opposite sex. Where does gay come in, and where does homosexual come in? When this man is not attracted to males, couldn't even get erect from thinking about a male or being with a male. So that's my question. Like, how do people push all the unrelated stuff like before the things that matter, like in determining people's sexuality, because it's different than how you were wanted. And let me point something out too, people. Um, a lot of people that are sexual, that are grown and old enough to have sex, adult people, and sexual. These people are sexual. They don't just view reproductive parts as sexual parts of a person's body. Some people deem the entire body of their mate sexual. You know, this is where you get phrases like what do that mouth do? Okay, that's not a reproductive organ. Okay, so that's someone who sees the entire body is that. People who titty fuck, people who have their partner beat them off. Yeah, unless you think that your hands is a sexual organ. You know, so some, again, grinding, that type thing, because I can come that way. I know exactly which parts to reach for, okay, to get off that way. Okay, so some people see yeah, like other people have come to see my body as my entire body is sexual, not just my reproductive organs. Okay, down to my nipples as being sexual parts of my body, part of my sexual makeup. Okay, I'm a whole snack over here. Okay, from head to bunion. All right, let me look over the chat. Let's see. Okay, I got living my best life. What is up, Brick Girl? How you feeling? What is up, Vitamin Law? Okay, all my favorite people. Thank you guys for dropping in the chat. I don't take that shit for granted. But yeah, so it's just that. And yeah, like nature put into men, yeah, and so regardless of orientation, like these men have this like a peace spot, like where you could actually ejaculate outwardly, externally, from being pleasured internally, not externally. Yeah, like you could ejaculate out your penis without your penis being touched. And it's very intense, and it's a different type of sensation. Okay, it leaves you looking retarded in the end. So temporarily, you know. So, like, let's say if a man discovered his body and found that out, you know. Oh yeah, I won't get to the little dildos and vibrators later. But let's say that a man discovered and found it out, and he became addicted and hooked to and preferred that type of nut over the external nut. You know, I think a lot of women would suffer satisfying that man. You know, it doesn't mean that he likes men at all. I'm just saying, and I say that because of the high numbers of heterosexual males that love to be pegged. This isn't something that I'm wishing for. Like, oh, I wish more men would get into being pegged. Like, nah, and they keep it in secrecy too because they know how a lot of heterosexual women feel about this, and it must feel like a prison because these men know that they're not attracted to men. They just know this, and they're not lying either. But yeah, this is how they like to be pleasured. And here's another thing too. Some people assume that dildos and vibrators are like rubber or plastic penises. That's not true. That's not true. This is like saying like an obelisk, if I'm saying it right. I just know I could spell it. In certain like structural monuments are penises because they go straight up. like, like the ones that are penises are the ones with like you see a little hole. Those are the ones that are modeled after penises. And then you see like the little cut heads as if it was circumcised, and you see like the rubbers and the veins. But there are like I'm gonna call them ass play toys. I don't know what to call them, you guys, but I know at these adult stores and like the online ones, whatever. Like yeah, like all of them don't mimic a penis, and just because it has a shape, like that's more so like towards the getting, like and the inside of your orifice. Like that's why it would be shaped that way. But if it doesn't have like fake looking skin and veins and a cut head and a hole at the top, that's not designed to be a penis. You know, and for pleasure, everyone's not thinking that everyone that places something in them is not thinking that, oh, this could be a penis. Like that's no, like there's men that's saying like, damn, this is 2 inches this is 2 inches long, this is perfect to hit my prostate. This is what they're thinking. But yeah, and so yeah, so because some people assume that all of those damn toys and shit like that, and those things are not as popular as you guys think among gay men. The vibrator, I'm sorry, among black gay men. They're not as popular as many of you guys think. You know, you perhaps among lesbians you'll see a lot of more toys in the bedroom and stuff like that. But yeah, like yeah, and gay men do it, yeah. But I'm just saying, like I just be thinking like people be thinking like it's like in large percentages, and I'm like no, like it's a lot of black gay men that will live and die and never purchase a toy, a sex toy at all. Okay, let's see. We got Alana. Women dirty church shoes. How you doing? I don't want to miss nobody. Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So yeah, those things. Even though you, many of you guys, and I see, you guys are just giving hellos, and thank you again for the hellos and the whole socialization. That's just. But at some point, I want you guys to engage because I'm thinking like even of the numbers that's in the chat, like you kind of fit the script of what I was describing. So, but yeah, like the most important thing, and really the only thing that matters in establishing whether you're heterosexual is if you have that attraction towards the opposite sex, and pretty much that, and nothing else. And I'm telling you, there are men out there that playing their ass to reach their prostate that have just that fit just in that category, and they are made out to be homosexuals, the F word, and everything else. Only because of that desire. There are men out there that's not going to just love your vajayjay. They're going to love every inch of you. Okay? And if it looks like something they can enter, they may want your asshole too. It does not mean that they have an attraction to men. It really doesn't. Same thing with women that like to get done in their ass. You know, that threw me a loop. The first woman that asked me to do that with her. You know? But I was already on stuff like that, but it threw me a loop that she was a woman asking for it. You know. So, let's see. A black one at that. Let's get it. Philly T. From head to bunion, yes. Let's see. The church shoes. Yeah, they won't be living. They won't be. Like I honestly believe I'm gonna leave that out. But they won't be. Um they won't be. Cause the reason I say I'll leave it out because it was a bad example that it was gonna be a personal experience example that I was gonna draw from, but that was a bad example because it doesn't fit the bill. Because this person wasn't heterosexual. However, they did have an attraction to women, but they were more like bisexual. But it must hurt a heterosexual man that likes to be pleasured in that way. But yeah, and feel that he can't share that like with his wife, or something like that, you know. But I have gotten together. I can't say I have zero experience. I have an experience or two, a minute I gotten together, and I actually wondered whether they were heterosexual because they only wanted to get together to have someone watch. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't touch, and they went off and pleasured themselves, and I'm wondering like, hey, is this like, and these are normally people that won't really allow you to really get to know them too. So yeah, like when things were done and over, when you keep that memory in the back of your mind of that one time or that two time when that person who really didn't allow me to know him like that and shit like that, but didn't want me to touch him. I'm wondering like, yo, is this like a heterosexual man that's making clear rules between him and I, and really just needs a body here, regardless to the sex. Like while he does this, like to watch, especially a body that he knows is going to be sexually friendly, at least at watching, like being a voyeur. I'm talking about the voyeur thing. Like yeah, but yeah, he was hard pressed and nobody was gonna touch him. Like, and I believe him. Like, like you stay over there in your space, you sit over there in my space, and just watch me do what I do. So of course it starts with masturbating. I don't know if you guys ever masturbated in the same room with just you and another person, but yeah, some people make clear rules about don't touch, and it just left questions to me like like is this someone trying to have a fantasy fulfilled, that don't even like fuck with men like that. Let's see. See, they would rather have it in the back than in the front. Did they say why? Fully T. I mean, I've maybe heard like one woman say that, but maybe I thought that she was reaching for attention. And I know like the people that want to stand out as being freaks, they talk about stuff like that. But it sounds like you're talking about a preference. Why does she prefer that? Like, does she get pregnant every time? Is she afraid of murder? Like, does she not wear condoms? What? Why would she prefer that? I had an ex who told me. She told me she was a virgin when we first got together, and when we broke up, it wasn't a long relationship. It was tiresome though. But when we broke up, she wrote me these letters from college, and she was just like exposing all this shit. And it's like, oh, I'm not. Remember I told you I was a virgin? Well, I really wasn't. And I'm thinking in my mind like, but I never told you that I was seeking one. So why did you lie about that? But and then she gave me the breakdown, and she told me well, she is in the vagina, but she said not in her anus and not in her mouth. But she said that that's how she gets to call herself a virgin on a technicality. But I told her that doesn't work for me. Like you had sex, sis. So, but I don't care. Like I never thought that you would have been the devil had you did. Like, but you the one that made up this virgin thing. Maybe you thought I was looking for a virgin. I don't even know where that comes from. I like experience coochie. Okay? Yeah, plus I'm same gender loving. Like if I got with a woman, like I'm gonna need an experienced woman, but honestly, and one that's not afraid to take charge, okay? Like, because those were the only ones I've been successful with. Like the ones that are bold, okay, that will fuck me, okay. So, and I don't mean in my ass. I mean throwing back, that type stuff, aggressive at the man, not some dead lazy fuck, you know. Yeah, aggressive women that only been the only women that have been successful at getting me in bed, okay. But let me get to the next one. Let me look into the chat. Let's see. Let's see. People have different types of sexual fantasies. Yeah, but I'm thinking like if you're in a committed relationship, you should be able to explore that with your partner. And unless you show signs of having attraction of the same sex, that should never come up. Especially dealing with positions in the bed with you and the opposite sex. You know, however it goes now, it's heterosexual. If it's a man and a woman there, you know. Let's see. Yeah, I know. Living my best life. Well, I gotta get it in what I can. But yeah, but I did say that it's for people 21 and over, not even 18. Like if you're 18, you're too young for this discussion. Let's see. Okay. But so that's it. Just like stop misidentifying your partners when there's no need to. Stop putting men on other men unless they like are showing you signs of that. Like yes, those men exist. It don't mean that that's the one that you have because they may know how to please themselves internally, and they know that nature put it there. That's the whole thing. Like, and men should not be shamed about their bodies, no more than any persuasion or gender should be shamed about their bodies and what they, you know, what they're capable of doing with their bodies, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, like I don't even know why people restrict the anal sex to black, well, not even black, but homosexual males. You know, that transcend orientation. I know non-homosexuals that do that. I know bisexuals and lesbians that engage in anal sex. I know heterosexual women that do that. But when that's brought up, you would think that it's something that's isolated to that one demographic of homosexual males. You know, and yet I think some of y'all will be surprised of how many homosexual males or how many homosexuals that are out there that happen to be male that happen not to like anal sex and whose sexual makeup anal sex is not a part of their makeup, their sexual makeup. In other words, when they have sex with their partners, it never involves anal sex. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. While who you're attracted to, I'm sorry, while the gender of what you're attracted to is not a choice, putting a dick in a ass is a choice. That's a choice, you know. So it's not something that all homosexuals come to do. It's not something that all homosexuals come to practice. It's not something that all homosexuals even find sexual. So, okay, and there's a lot of oral shit that goes on among homosexuals. There's a lot of oral stuff that goes on. Let's see. I guess they're a read of talking about it because of rejection from their partner. They are a read of talking. I don't know. I'm not quite getting that. Vibrant. YR. Not alone, sis. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, she put afraid. I guess they're afraid of talking about it, right? Because of rejection from their partners. Yeah. And sometimes it's not even a rejection, but yeah, that's where results as, but sometimes it's like the homophobia you hear. So like if when you get with someone, you hear that homophobia, right? So the male may think like, damn, like I know I'm definitely not going to share with her that I like to be internally pleased, you know, because let's say if a gay male walk by, she be like that faggot or something. Like your heterosexual partner may hear that and be like, oh, I'm definitely going to share this for her. Like how she jumped to the F word, like a whole leap to it. Didn't even build your way up to it. Just you just jumped to the F word just because you saw a homosexual. Didn't even do nothing to you, but you just seen one. So yeah, people, yeah, like they see shit. Like, nah, I'm not never share that. I do that all the time, you know. There's some people in my space, and I'm not sure whether they know about me or not, you know. But I'll hear different things, and I'm like, really? I'm like, I'll never get close to this person, like knowing, yeah, like they'll just be throwing shit, and I'm like, I wonder if they know about me. Because why are you saying this? But look, yeah, thank you so much. Please like the video, you guys. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe to my page. Also, tonight there's gonna be a karaoke in the sector. It's gonna be by Carrie. I'm sure it's still on. So if you guys are not subscribed to Carrie, please subscribe. And check her out tonight for the karaoke. Make sure you stop by. Hopefully, hey, you can sit in the chat, but hopefully, some people may have some the I'm not gonna say balls, but they maybe have the courage, let's say, to participate. Give us a song or two, you know. Bubbles, why did you change your your avatar thing? Let's see. Please believe that's true. They're with the wrong person. Let me see what Philly said. Okay, got you. Please. Hey, Mama Boo. Okay, I think I got everybody. And dirty church shoes. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Okay, but I'm not gonna talk y'all heads or yeah, it would be better suited. This type of discussion would be better suited actually if it had a panel and actually if it was just a little later in the day. But yeah, like stop being so small minded and stop like oversimplifying shit. And just reducing it to one group, like like it's true. Like no, like it goes beyond homosexuals, who like an internal nut, okay, and who may like anal sex, and people who like to be pegged. I don't like that, you know, but to each his own, you know. And yeah, to each his own. But that's it. But I still know a lot of it depends on my mood. It depends on your mood. Well, yeah. What depends on your mood, Bubbles? Whether you could satisfy your partner? Is that what you're saying? I'm not even sure. But yeah, I'm convinced that if a lot of you guys that would be a deal breaker. And a man, even if he was heterosexual and was attracted to nothing but the opposite sex, it would be a deal breaker for you. Learning that he likes these desires. But yeah, that could be a thing that could create a closet. And I'm not trying to give a pass to people not being honest about shit. But yeah, like that makes a person recoil. Like, oh shit, like I can't just be out there saying this shit, man. Let's see. Let me see if I could deal with this. Let's see. Okay. It looked like I had like one of them spam bots, and they heard sex. That's what they heard. Okay, they smelled the Santorum. They smelled the Santorum. Okay, in this discussion. Okay, that's what that was. Let's get it. I do. I enjoy this. I'm about to wait till you guys look up Santorum. What happened? Rotate the lights. Let's see. I came up to the conversation. So I'm confused. Oh, don't worry about it, Bubbles. But you said it depends on my mood. But at least tell me, what were you talking about? What depends on your mood? Whether you can satisfy your partner? Or are you speaking about that? Or whether what you want? Like what? I'm not sure what you were talking about. Oh, well, that means somebody know what Santorum is. But okay, so 'cause I wanna be on there. And I may be on later, but I do want to get my 2 cents in. It don't mean I will. Um, Time is hard to find sometimes. That's why I rushed at this doing this. I said I have the time right now. But about the little break between Grumpy Gums and 580. Because what I see is like, I guess people that feel they have to choose a side, they're gonna choose a side. Those that feel that they have to. But I already know wherever I talk about, it's gonna end up at there's no honor among thieves. Okay, like that's gonna be my conclusion. Let's see. Let's see. It depends. It depends on my mood. When I say an internal nut, is an external nut, I should say, an external ejaculation from internal pleasure, like busting out your dick without your dick being touched, okay, or even thought about. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good discussion. I came late to the comments, so I'm confused. Who's about? Oh yeah, that was about your pick. Yeah, about the change of it. So you get in a certain mood. You just want a different color with the same letter B. Okay, that's all it is. A different color. My best friend is a gay man. I didn't know that. I wonder how that works. And are they in your age range? Let me know if they're in your age range. Let me see. My best friend is a gay man, and when I call him my gay husband, people think I'm saying my husband is gay. Oh shit. Okay. My gay husband. What do your husband think about? Tell me, what do your husband think about you having a gay friend who you say my gay husband? Um, I had okay, so coming into age, becoming an adult, I had female friends that were close to me. But once they got older and got with men, and some of them went on to become married, they had children, shit like that. A lot of the men severed, well, a lot of my friends, the girlfriends, severed the relationship because the man didn't want it. He didn't trust the union. And one of the relationships that I'm speaking about, it went back to like when I was 8 years old. Like I knew her like since 8 all the way up to, like she went to college and shit like that. So yeah, like consistently too, with no breaks. And yeah. And she had to we had to talk or whatever, and it's I didn't even like the way she had to talk with me. But yeah, she was Islamic too, all her life too. But she was Islamic. But yeah, let's get it. What if he was bisexual and masculine like Jay Wilson? But see, I don't even want even. Well, yeah, she can answer it. It's your question, but I'm not even going that far. I'm just saying, like, what if he's hetero and he just had these unconventional desires? Would you be able to not disrespect him? And would you be able to satisfy your partner? Or would you just not have a clue? Would you be repulsed by the idea? So Thank you, Bubbles. Let's see. And I think hey, if I think I'm a blend of masculine and feminine, I'm gonna think that Pat is. Because he has a lot of soft, sugary moments, okay, and fruit cup moments. Yeah, okay. And I can imagine him in the bed. I know. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't say that. Okay. But I just don't think he's honest about his role with his partners, the role he takes. I'm gonna just say that. Um, my friend is very flamboyant, but no matter who I was with, who I was with, they would have to accept him, right, because he has been in my life. Right. My Muslim friend, she began making me learn terms and shit, and I was wondering like, why is she making me learn these terms? She was fattening me up for the day, and like prepping me for the day where she would say, we can't talk at all, like don't call me, like she couldn't talk to me. And she hid it behind religion, but a lot of that was through that man that she got with, whoever she married. So yeah, because she gave a shit. First it started with my imam, and then like there's like a cause they don't date in that religion. Like they speak against that. And so but there's like a process like in which, so people will say, well, they don't, they how do they even come to get married? It's a process in which they do, and it is dating, but it's under the supervision of like people who are imams, but then it becomes a different name because it's the intention of uniting both parties. But that happens like under like like a clergy person in the religion. And she's a Sunni Muslim. Yeah. So let's see. Right, and I'm living my best life on type. I do not consider Jay Wilson masculine. Exactly, and so some people can see it, but I'm not mad at those that say that he is, because I know like he's not the biggest flamer, but like yeah, like he would be. Cause come on, like come on, like with y'all, especially y'all heterosexual women, like a lot of y'all like go for like these hyper masculine men, and like next to these men, a lot of us wouldn't even like like we would not be considered masculine. And if we do, like it would be like in the range of what it is. But yeah, like it can get real toxic and extreme. Masculine, but yeah, what you call it. But I can tell you this, when I look at him today, it doesn't look like the Dr. Wilcox of what, let's say 5-6 years ago, whatever. Um, it's almost like I'm looking at a different person. And I know that the difference is not because, well, I just didn't want to lead with sexuality. Nah, somebody was faking the funk. Somebody was showing a real masked version of themselves. It was masks. It's not what we see today is the true you. Yeah, like that's the yeah like it that has like no fakeness, like or little fakeness to it. But that personality 6 years ago plus or whatever, like selling the prep and all that, like no, bro. Like you was pump faking. Like let's just keep it a buck. You was pump faking. Like and it wasn't gonna go for long anyway, you know. Like with all that we see you do, like now he's like a Tyler Perry character when you think about it. He's like when he go into his like little southern mama, like big mama like personality, and all that shit in the Wu Child, and then when he fuse it like with the whole church thing, like nah, like he become like a little queen, okay. Hey, mama, let's get it. Okay, Bubbles. I was like, what? Oh, Bubbles said she was busy. Okay, okay, well, okay, well, I ain't know that. So yeah, because I'm like, where is this going? Like, where you going with this? Like, we all know what masculine appears like. Like, what time are you talking about? But yeah, I'm sure he has his masculine moments. Like I know flamers. Like he's not like a flamer. Maybe in the bedroom though. You guys would be surprised like how the change is. And it's a common phrase in the same gender loving community that says um, a blank. I'm gonna say blank because you could fill in a blank, but I'll give you guys examples. But it says a blank in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Um, a lot of times, the freak in the sheets mean flamer. Yeah, like, it means a drop top hungry bottom. Okay, a power bottom. Yeah, and he be supposed to fuck you back. But yeah, like and the blank in the street. Sometimes look, it's whatever the first part of it, that blank, is whatever that same gender loving male is trying to project to make themselves feel good. So they'll say like, you know what I mean, a goon in the streets, a thug in the streets, and a freak in the sheets. Like whatever that blank is, they'll do that. Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to appeal to another same gender loving person. Okay. Let's see. But that's the whole part, Bubbles. You can't be you cannot be messy. You cannot not be messy. Like there you go. Um living a sunshine. Where's sunshine? Let me see who I miss. Okay, that must be like a pet name. Right. Okay. I didn't even know which part she agreed with, but there you go. So I'm at the tail end of this. I'm gonna find some music, you guys, and be out and see you guys on the street. But I would like to talk about that split if I get the time. Again, please make sure that tonight you guys head over to Very Carrie and join her in her karaoke named after her, not karaoke, but karaoke. Okay. If you guys aren't subscribed to me, please subscribe to me and like the video. All right, let's get Stevie. Hey, what's up? What's up, D Dot? Hey, Bubbles, when you said that it's been getting better, I figured, that's what I thought. I figured that you were specifically talking about that. Hey, random crafting gamer, I'm out of here. Hopefully you catch your replay. Let's see.